and we're kind of seeing that here. Doing a good job of not getting supply blocked, though, so a pretty clean build out of LittleReaper thus far. Knows what he wants, and he's getting it. And is now going to move in. He's got a lot more units than that of his opponent. Cyan has been adding on Zealots to make up for his lack of gas, which is pretty good. Zealots are very strong against Immortals, especially with that shield battery healing. And it looks like LittleReaper is going to target down the pylon. The exact right move here. Fully depowered, and without that, I'm just not sure that Cyan's going to be able to hold here. The Adepts actually do quite a good job against the Zealots of Cyan. And now the Probe's having to pull up onto the high ground, but there's no shield battery on the high ground. Definitely needed a second pylon and didn't quite click onto the one pylon he had with the shield batteries quick enough. LittleReaper diving in with that killer instinct. He's going to depower the robotics facility before the Immortal of Cyan can make it out, who actually went for an Observer first, which is painful. That hurts so much for Cyan. And I think from here, the production is just gone, and GG.
LittleReaper.
Really, for what's going on. Gonna warp in Stalkers, so he's just gonna poke up into the main base with a blink up. And Cyan actually adding on cannons. I do like that. You know, you're expecting LittleReaper to be aggressive, probably with DTs. So definitely playing to deny that. He's going to try and target down the pylons that are powering the gateways. Should be able to get them if he wants. Oh, he's going to actually warp on top of the Immortal. Does get the Immortal, but loses 2 Stalkers for it. Really needs to get out of here. Cyan's target fire, not the greatest, not perfect. The charge lot's actually behind the Stalkers, unable to get any damage in. Are now able to fight. But with some good blink micro, well, or just blinking on top, I think LittleReaper might actually just win it outright here. As Cyan's extra production is late, he does not have additional gateways. He's still warping in off 2 gateways. The third one just now finishing up, but it's going to be unpowered. And yeah, he's going to unpower the Robo, and GG. As GG Izzy is just going for some damage with a nuke. Does clean up one of the units already. Nuke nearly done, and the Ghosts are moving out with Cloaks, so they may be able to get a lot of damage done on the other side of the map. We'll see. Hopefully they aren't. I mean, they might just get completely forgotten in the medevac. Meanwhile, units. There's very few units out. There's only 4 Marines for our green Terran player, and a few Stalkers out for the orange Protoss, as the Blind and the Deaf have made it across the map now. The Ghost. What's going to happen here? Tank is sieging up. Lings are pushing up onto the high ground. Oh, that Widow meme could hit big time. Okay, so he is dropping a nuke. Nuke dropping on the opposite side of the map as well. Pulling back against the nuke. The wall does get busted. And 1 shield battery does go down. It looks like all of the drones for Rex are gone. However, I think all of the life for GG Izzy may be gone as well, as Ling's get a full surround on the units up the Protoss player. The Cyclone is taking down the Liberator. And GG's called. Dark Menace does leave the game. And holy cow, a strong all-in out of Rex and Shumley. Practicing that late game indeed. GG. Ship weapons level 2. And we'll come into Instability's base here and find it undefended. Instability does have about 10 carriers, but it's 57 Marines and 16 Vikings against 3 Tempests and 10 carriers. So I think Ghostchant may be able to break her here. Instability really needs to get battery overcharge going. Ghostchant's trying to target down the carriers, but a lot of his Vikings are falling. However, the carriers are now paperweights as we're down to only 12 interceptors remaining. Marines pretty good against interceptors, it turns out. And I think unless Instability can pull back and rebuild her interceptors, she may wind up losing right here, right now. A lot of turrets are here, which are helping, and the little trickle of interceptors is doing good damage with that +2 attack. But I'm just not sure it's going to be enough. Carriers are falling to the Thors unnecessarily as well. Only 4 carriers remaining. 3 more are on the way. Trying to rebuild that interceptor count. She really needs to not be fighting here. Just trickling in the interceptors is a big mistake here, and it's going to end up costing her the game, I think. Almost all of the Marines have gone down. There is still a big bank for both players, so if Instability can somehow survive here, that would be good for her. But again, she just bled off too many carriers, not pulling back and remaking the interceptors like she needed to. Which may very well end up finishing the game out, as it's only 5 carriers and 3 Tempests. She has 75 army supply, but like 30 of that is in carriers that are in production. 2 more do pop out, but they're going to get caught by the Marines. Oh, that rally's so unfortunate. Does catch half of the Marines unprotected, but they're just ripping. She's targeting the wrong units. You really actually have to... It's very counterintuitive, but you really need to target the Marines with your carriers, not the Thors, because they're what's doing the big damage here. They wipe out your interceptors, and from there you lose the game. So a good try out of Instability here. Trying to get a little aggressive does not end up working out, and it's going to cost her the game here, as Ghostchant does manage to chase down all of her army. And GG's called.